1. COP30, the implementation era. COP30 has changed the rules of climate action. We are no longer negotiating ambition, we are negotiating implementation. 2. Not ambition, implementation. Targets are yesterday's argument, delivery is today's test. The world is asking, what will actually be built, funded, and verified? 3. Implementation has a justice problem. Implementation isn't neutral. The climate doesn't hit all nations equally, and our systems don't protect all people equally. 4. The equity layer. Adaptation justice. Adaptation justice is the equity layer of this era. It asks a simple question: who carries the greatest risk and who receives real protection? 5. Impacts are here now. The world has already warmed. Impacts are no longer forecasts, they're facts. Adaptation is not later, it's now. 6. Adaptation determines survival. Mitigation remains essential, but for many communities, adaptation now determines survival, health, water, housing, culture, continuity. 7. Unequal impacts. For some, it's sea level rise and saltwater intrusion. For others, freshwater collapse and drought. Elsewhere, heat beyond human tolerance. 8. Least responsible, most affected. Those most at risk are often least responsible for the crisis. This imbalance is the moral heart of the problem. It is also the policy test. 9. Foundation of adaptation justice. Adaptation justice starts here. Recognize unequal risk and allocate protection accordingly. 10. ICJ 2025 Advisory Opinion. In 2025, the International Court of Justice issued an advisory opinion. It reframed climate action under international law. This isn't charity, it's obligation. 11. Law stack. Human rights law, the law of the sea, environmental treaties, customary international law and general principles of justice. 12. State's duty. The court clarified a duty to adopt and maintain ambitious climate measures. Not symbolic, not optional, measures that actually protect people and ecosystems. 13. Pacific focus. Pacific island states contribute almost nothing to global emissions. Yet they face existential risk. Adaptation justice centers their reality. 14. Rights recognized. The opinion recognized rights to survive, to protection, and to demand action. That is a legal flaw, not a ceiling. 15. Finance gap. Finance still trails need. Even the 100 billion pledge was never delivered at scale. The gap is real, measurable, and harmful. 16. COP30 finance in practice. Implementation means finance that lands. Resilience infrastructure, early warning systems, protection for vulnerable groups, locally led adaptation. 17. Match finance to need. Justice is practical. Match resources to the map of risk. Back communities with what they say they need. 18. Not charity, obligation. This is not benevolence. It is the fulfillment of obligations freely undertaken by states. Obligation creates trust. Trust unlocks scale. 19. Implementation plumbing. Implementation needs plumbing, transparent reporting, verifiable data, and shared indicators. So promises become proofs. 20. Evidence to communities. The test is simple. Did support reach the people facing the risk? On time, in full, with outcomes that can be verified. 21. Moral center of COP30. Adaptation Justice is the moral center of COP30. It ensures no country is abandoned to climate risk. It makes the transition from promises to delivery real. 22. Series Identity. This is the DPI World Report. We explain how verified climate action systems actually work. Transparent, verifiable, real. 23. Next episode. In episode 2, we go under the hood. The digital public infrastructure behind climate verification, data, governance, and the signals that prove delivery. 24. Subscribe and share. If this helped, subscribe and share it with one person who needs clarity. Teachers, farmers, local leaders, this is for you.